Hello, in this ReliaBills training video, I'm going to walk you through the process for creating an invoice. The account that I'm using is a completely free account. You can see that a logo has not yet been uploaded. None of the to-do items have been completed, so this is a completely fresh account. The good news is that creating an invoice on an account like this is not that different than creating an invoice in an account that you've been using for years. So let's get started. There are really two approaches we can take. One is, as the getting started suggests, we can go through the to-do items, uploading logos, customizing templates, and so forth. What I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to take a fast track approach, if you will. I just want to get an invoice created. So I'm going to start by going to the Invoices tab. As you can see, there are no invoices created, otherwise they'd be listed here. I'm going to go ahead and create my first invoice. Now normally, we would use a drop-down to start by selecting a customer, but there are none. This is a brand new account, so I'm going to start here by adding one. And again, when you're creating a customer, there are only three fields that are required: first name, last name, and email. So I'll go ahead and enter those. We are now in edit mode or create mode of a new invoice. Everything is blank and bare. We don't even have our company information in here, which we'll enter. Now, had we entered company information, logos, all that stuff would already pre-populate. Let's go ahead and start by uploading a logo. Next, I'd like to add our company information. Now, it's important to note that when you're adding company information, you're actually saving this to your account. So all future invoices that you create will also automatically pull this data in here, so I will never need to recreate it or re-add it again. Next, let's take a look at our customer again. When we created the customer, all we had was first name, last name, and email address. Well, let's say we actually do have more information than that. Now would be a good time to add it. It's important to note that when you do make changes to the customer record, this information is retained, so that the next time I create an invoice for this particular customer, all this data will be retained. Now, if I want to add more information, for example, their mail preference and some of the other fields that are available in the customer profile, I need to go to that customer profile to update it. Here I'm just updating information to be used for the invoice. And if the customer has a shipping or service address that might differ than their billing address, I can go ahead and add it here. Now, one very important feature here is the next step. I can either elect to save this shipping and service address to this invoice only, or I can save it to the customer record. In this case, it's possible that this customer may have different shipping and service addresses for different invoices, so I'm going to save it just to this invoice only. Now, I have not yet set up my starting number for invoices, so it will default to number 100. If I want, I can change that to whatever number I want. If there's a PO, that's optional, I can add that here. And if there's a specific account name, I can add that here as well. I've also not yet set up my payment terms, so it'll default to net 30 days, but I can change these dates to just about whatever I want. When it comes to invoice items within this particular invoice, we give you the option of adding both a product or service name and a description. You can manually enter one in here, or at the top of the page there's a tab for products and services. You can pre-create and store and save products and services to be used over and over again. It makes creating invoices quite a bit faster. In this case, I want to manually type in an item. I'll add a description and a quantity and unit price. You can add up to 30 items within an invoice. As you're adding items to an invoice, you can always change the order very easily or delete them. And you can add discounts. In ReliaBills, we offer several types of discounts: percentage discounts, pre-tax, and after-tax. In this case, I'll do a percentage discount. Notice how when I name the discount, it'll actually place that discount on the subtotal. Now, because this is a brand new account, I've not yet set up any tax information, but if one of these items were taxable and entered a tax rate, it would calculate the appropriate tax. Any special comments, notes can be added, and up to 3 attachments can be added as well. This is a feature only available in Plus accounts. Now, even though the mechanics of this invoice are done, there are still some cosmetic features that I want to make sure you're aware of. So let's head back to the dashboard. What we haven't really talked about are invoice color and header. Here I can add some really nice customization. For example, selecting an accent color. My suggestion is always to pick one that kind of matches the colors in your logo. You can also add a header. How about a footer? This is a great place to put things like terms and conditions, late fees. And now let's go back to our invoice. If you want to see what the customer will see when they look at an invoice online, just click here. And if you want to see what the PDF would look like, and if you're shipping product, click the truck icon to see an actual packing slip. It's that simple. If you'd like to learn about the various options we make available for sending invoices, please check out our knowledge base or go to our video library and look for the video labeled Sending Invoices. Thanks very much. Any questions, contact us at support@reliabills.com.